Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Heike and you're watching Stone Cold Coffee Crafts. This is Lola, my little ragdoll assistant. And yeah, this is my final review finally for Friend of the Maidens. You're probably asking yourself, is this horse dead now? And yes, it's going to be the last time I'm going to show this painting and talk about it on my channel. Thank you for all your patience and yeah. Sit down, have something to drink. We are going to talk about this for a few more minutes for the last time. So, this painting, as mentioned many times before, is called Friend of the Maidens. The original artwork is by Mandie Manzano, who is hands down my favorite artist. Diamond Art Club is currently contracting, or licensing I should say. They are not contracting her. And it is a 42 by 75 centimeter painting, round drills. It has 36 colors, one of which is an IB, and the IB in this case is blue, which is probably not super surprising in a mermaid painting. I completed this painting in July for my diamond painting theme of the month in July, which was water. I completed this painting in 20 days, which for me is, as you might think right now, slow. I agree. But I decided to take it slow, to stretch it out over the month and yeah, basically beat the horse dead, I guess. So, things I have to say about this painting. And you know, I always start with the negative points because I like to end on a positive note. So let's do that. I guess the one thing I did not like about this painting was the charting of her. I've talked about this at length in my daily crafty chats, but in case you are not following those, she was charted very strangely originally. So basically what they did was, I'm going to put my coffee out of the way. What they did was the whole arm and face area was charted in 762 and 3865, which is basically winter white, and I think the official color name is pearl gray. It's just the slightest touch of gray. It appears very white. There's both colors in this section of the ochre, for example, and you can see the pearl gray is this slightly less white color. That's the only difference between those colors. It's just the tinge of gray. And they charted her face and her arm in this. Also for the hair, they did a lot of the hair here in front in these light colors. And I'm going to put a screenshot of Rachel's final review, post review in here. She gave me permission to use that because she illustrated in her final review what I am telling you about here. She finished her in the way she was supposed to finish, and I did not, so I don't have any comparison picture to show you. So I'm going to put in a screenshot of her video right now so you can see what I mean. So yeah, that's the change I made, and I think she looks much more alive this way. You can see in the original artwork where they came from, but I think they should have adjusted this to reflect it to look more like this, basically, because it makes more sense in a diamond painting. In a digital art piece, you have more liberties for shading, and it doesn't look as strange as it does if you just have, I don't know, 50 drills and they are all white. It's just all about pixelation. So that's the one thing I really did not like about this painting. I knew about that when I bought it, so that's fine. It did not surprise me. If you would like to make the same changes, I'm going to put a picture up with a close-up of her, how I did her, and also I'm going to add in the numbers of the colors I used. I would recommend, if you purchase this painting later than I did, and I purchased it, I think, a year and a half ago, maybe. It's been a long time since I purchased this. I don't remember quite when it was, but it's one of my older ones in my stash. And I still got it packed in the old way with the individual bags, some of which had 100 drills, some had 200, 500, 1,000, you know what I mean. And now you get your paintings in weight bag format, so you might not have the same amount of leftover drills for each color that I had. So I would recommend, if you would like to make these changes, to dive into your stash of drills first and check that you have backup for all the colors you're going to use here. They are very common colors, so it's basically just to give you a quick run through what they are. It's 748, 758, which is this one, which is a very common skin color. It's 782 and 83 for the hair, which I think is in every single Diamond Art Club painting I've ever had. So you should have backup for that. It is 963, which is this baby pink color here. So if you have those colors on hand, if you have a few in your stash as a backup, you should be fine. Just going to shut up now and put the picture up now. So other than that, I have nothing to criticize about this. I like how it turned out. I think you can pretty much see all the details. Of course, some of the smaller details look very pixelated, but I still think you can recognize them all. You can see that you have these fish up here. You can see the fish down here. This is supposed to be a seahorse. Which in my opinion is recognizable. Even has an eye. So it is there. You have the jellyfish and the what is the, I don't think it's called a doctorfish in English, is it? It's in German. It's a dory, basically. And you have more fish down here. So yeah, the smallest details are, as always, not super easy to recognize, but if you wanted to have this on a diamond painting, you would have to basically blow it up to wallpaper size. So this is always going to be the case. I like most of the colors except for the one place I've talked about. I know she comes out very dark, but I think it fits because either she is dark-skinned, which is possible, or she gets a shadow from the ochre. So I don't think that there's an issue with her. So the only mermaid I would improve, the one up there. Everything else, as far as shading goes, I love the ochre. I have to say, I absolutely love him. The way he turned out, his shading, it's this typical shading of dark blues and black, and in his case also gray, that I absolutely like about the Mandie Manzano paintings. Oh, I have to very quickly pull someone off the laptop. It's this typical Mandie Manzano shading, and I absolutely love it. It was actually the one thing that made me fall in love with her so thoroughly, because my first diamond painting I did of her was I Miss You, and I Miss You has some of the best shading in any Mandie Manzano Diamond Art Club painting I've done so far. And it has so many beautiful colors without looking garish. So yeah, that's actually a good one to start on if you're interested in a recommendation. But this is also very, very pretty. I hope by the time that this is up that it will be back in stock. We are all aware that the crazy zombie apocalypse is still causing a lot of issues with all the supply chains all over the world, and Diamond Art Club is not an exception. So currently this is out of stock. It is not discontinued, so it should come back at some point. So let's show you the bottom part of this painting too. I really need a bigger table. So this is the bottom part with this giant, I think it's a bubble. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's a giant air bubble. What else? As always, I absolutely enjoy working with the Diamond Art Club canvas. I love their print, I love their adhesive. It is super clear and the adhesive is very sticky. I so far have never had any issues with sliding or non-sticky sections or anything like that. So I can't say anything about that. I know that some people have had this experience, and I think Diamond Art Club recommended to just leave the adhesive exposed for a little bit, so it could cure a little. This adhesive is going to cure. I don't know if you've ever tested it, but if you have finished a Diamond Art Club painting before, you might want to try that. When you first put down the drills, it is pretty easy to pick them off again, but if you let the painting sit for a while, the adhesive is going to cure and it's really bonding with the drills. You will still be able to get them off, but it's going to be much harder than in the first couple of days of putting it down, in my experience. Which is why I didn't bother to finish her the way she was charted and then change her afterwards. That was me being lazy. So thank you, Rachel, that I was allowed to use a screenshot of your video to demonstrate what I was talking about. Drill quality, this is still the old drill quality, but I have mentioned before, I've never had any issues with Diamond Art Club's round drills, no matter which iteration of them we are talking about, so drill quality was very good. I once again did not bother to pick out trash drills because there were so few. Mainly in the lighter colors, as always. I have discovered that the main trash drills, as in bubbles on top of the drills, that give you these little, you know, it looks like the drill was cooked too hot. That's usually happening with the lighter colors. I hope I can show you, because it's always totally too much light when I film, but I think you can see the amazing sparkle the drills give. It's very beautiful, and as always the AB drills will not show at all, and I'm super sorry about that. I'm going to try and film a clip in natural light in my living room and try to put that in. Maybe you can see it a little bit better. Honestly, I doubt it. I've tried so many things to show, especially on the blue ABs and the green ABs, they did show a little bit. Orange shows quite well, but blue is kind of odd. It always gets swallowed up on camera. But they are all throughout the water, a little bit in her tail here. But mainly in the water and in the bubbles a little bit, and they are really popping. You don't see them if you look at them in a certain light, and then they are just popping out at you with the special coating they have on them. And talking about drills, you're probably wondering about leftover drills. And these are all my drills. As you can see, I have leftovers in every single container. As always, I have plenty of black leftover. There is honestly quite a bit of every single color that was in this painting here. As always, even the ones that look pretty empty, like this one here, doesn't look like it's a lot. That's probably at least a third of what I used to have when I started out with. So Diamond Art Club used to give a lot of extra. So far I have only done a couple of the newly packed paintings, and I had plenty of leftovers for those as well. So I've not run out of anything Diamond Art Club yet. So let's hope that stays that way. Here's the AB. As you can see, I have a lot of ABs left. which I've never said about because there's always a use for AB drills in other paintings that don't come with AB drills. So yeah, I'm really happy with this painting, and I would totally recommend it if you are thinking about buying this. I would say go for it. It's also a nice size. I don't know how you work on these paintings. I know everyone works different. I usually, most of the time, work on these paintings sideways. I don't like to let them hang over because I tend to basically put pressure on the point where it's hanging down, because I'm bending over and putting myself on the edge basically and creating these folds. I mean, they get out again, but it is just, I don't like to do that. And I usually also don't roll them up while working on them for the same reason. I'm tending to rest my arm on the rolled up part of the canvas, and I just don't like the crease it creates, and that I have to get them out afterwards. So I basically most of the time work sideways on these paintings. And this painting here was actually the perfect size to do that, because I have learned that I can't reach much higher than 30 centimeters, and this has a 42 width. So that means half of that is 21. And by the way, I divided them. I did 12.5 by 14 centimeter sections. It was just perfect to do it that way. Anyway, anything else I can see about this painting? Not really. I really enjoyed it. I totally recommend it. Yes, I am a Diamond Art Club fan, but you know that in the past I've had things I did not like about Diamond Art Club's paintings, especially last year around this time when they had their drill issue. So even if I'm most of the time recommending paintings, it's still my honest opinion, so don't come for me. Alright guys, that's it from me, I think. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful week. I don't know yet when this is going up, but I am assuming I'm going to have a daily crafty chat the day after this, so I hope you're going to join me for this. Lola, I think, has decided it's nap time now. Well, she's not wrong. That much I can say. I would love to join her, but I can't. I hope you're back soon. Bye, guys.